Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. This is going to be my A-Case review, our first look at the products. And now they've had a new range of products come out. They've just gone to Kickstarter. Well, sorry, the Kickstarter's just finished. I'll include the Kickstarter link, the names, the prices, all that kind of stuff in the video once I go over it. So the big one here over this side is called the Beast. This is the big one. It's like a massive big backpack. This is the medium one on top here. This is called the Messenger. And the one at the bottom, like the long thin one, it's actually got A-Case on it, that is called the Hermes 2.0. Now, like I just said, these did go to Kickstarter. Sorry, the Messenger and the Beast went to Kickstarter. The Kickstarter went fully funded. They're supposed to be out in January, if I'm not mistaken. Again, I'll link all the Kickstarter information into the description and stuff like that, so you can check it all out and all that kind of cool stuff. Now, what I'm going to do, I'm going to look at each one individually, go through it all, look at all the trays, the pouches, see how much it can carry. Because over in my cabinet, just over there, you can probably see it just in shot now, I have a lot of models. I have an Astraeus, I have Knights, I've got Custodes, I've got Glorious Primate, I've got Baneblades, I've got everything in there. So we'll try and configure it and see how much I can fit in. Probably, looking at it, I'm probably going to run out of models because this big guy over here is absolutely massive. So let's jump in and we'll actually start with the Beast. Let's start with the big boy first, and then we'll go on from big, medium to, well, I say small, it's basically just more of, yeah, small one. So big, medium, then small. So let's jump in and let's get started. Okay, so hopefully the sound's okay because I had to turn my microphone around and stuff. So this is the Beast, this is the big guy. So first things first, it's got a huge pouch on the front. If I put my arm all the way in there, massive, huge pouch. I've got some codexes over here, Glorious Space Marines and Knights. If I put them in, you can see that is where they are in there. So you can actually get a load of books in there because it does really pop out all your dice in there and stuff like that. If you actually spin it around, you've got a pouch here on the side again if you want to put tape measures in, dice, anything like that. Spin it to the other side and you've got two smaller pouches over here as well, which is fantastic. Again, dice or whatever little miscellaneous bits you actually want to put in there. Now this one, since it's big, is actually, you can carry it two ways. You can do it a backpack version, which if you don't want the backpack version, you can basically undo this and put the straps inside of here and zip it up. Or maybe if you want to put some books in there and slide them in there and stuff like that. There's all cushioning on the bottom here, so it's all very, very nice. Now there's also this strap if you want to carry it like, you know, across your shoulders and stuff like that. Again, if you don't want to do that, it's simply just unclip it off the side here and then just get rid of it and do it as a backpack. I think it all depends on how you're transporting your models. Say for example, I'm lucky enough to have a car, so I'm going to be putting this in the car, so I'd probably leave it as it is and just seatbelt this guy into the back and just drive my car. But if, say for example, I take the train, then I am probably going to use it as a backpack and walk that way. I think that's the best method of transporting these models. Now, at the side, you've got all this, what's it called? I forgot what it's called now. It's basically where you can stick all like patches on. Was it velvet? No, it's not velvet. Oh my god, I completely forgot it. So you've got it at the front as well to stick patches on. No, the side doesn't have it here, but on top it has it. So you can put it on top here, and you know, if you're one of these people who collect like patches and all that kind of stuff, then yeah, there we go. Now if we open the case up, you've got 1, 2, 3 shelves in here. Now the front of this is all padded as well. Can I really show that off? Look, it's all padded as well, so if your models do hit it, let's say at the front of it, then you know they're not hitting like a rough material. It is some padding into there. Let me just take my books out the front because it's making it nearly fall off this flimsy table I've got. Now you can see the trays. You've got 1, 2, 3 trays. Now I'll try and include some pictures. Hopefully the chap who makes this will send me some pictures because he's got more knights than me, and his knight army really shows off this. What I'm going to do now quickly, I'm just going to cut the video, come back and put as many as my knights in I can into this case to show off the capabilities of transporting big units. Sorry, I had to just change my camera over since I ran out of battery. I know, typical Valrak, I'm an absolute idiot. So as you can see now, this is the beast with my entire knight force in it. I'm sorry, yes, my knight game is quite weak. Please forgive me for this. Please don't take the mick. But you can see like all the stuff, like all the shelves. I've got 3 shelves in here. I've got all my knights on. I've actually got spare at the top to put more actual knights on there. You can see at the bottom I've got my Armigers here. I've got the Valiant. I've got the Castellan at the bottom, and I've got the 2 big ones actually in the middle. And there's more space to actually go there. Look, so if I get my Armiger right here, I can put it once, twice, 3, maybe even 4 times if I actually get the arms right and, you know, like get all the positions right with the guns and stuff like that. I can probably even fit more Armigers actually on there. Now, the thing about these shells is that you have to remember, you have to have magnets. Magnets are the main thing. So this one, I've actually got 1 magnet on, 1 fell off, but there's a bit of movement actually with this knight. It moves around a bit because I've only got 1 magnet on. So if you are using this case, I recommend to at least use 3 magnets on your big knights. You can see, look, the movement there, moving it around and stuff since I've got 1 magnet on. So again, if you are using this case, if you're using big models just like this, then make sure you have multiple magnets actually in this case. Sorry, on the models, so that there's actually no movement around them, and you know your models don't move around, and you know they get, you know, smash into each other and stuff like that, because that would be horrible. Now, if you just give me a second, what I'm going to do, I'm going to take all my knights out, and I'm going to put my entire Space Marine force actually in this box set to see if I can, you know, fit it all in. I've got my Executioners, got my Imperial Fist and all that kind of stuff, so I'm going to put all my Dreadnoughts in, everything like that. So if you give me a second, I'll cut the video and we'll come right back and I'll show that off, hopefully. So this is my entire Primaris force I have at the moment. I know there's more on my workbench, but this is what I have painted and stuff and magnetized and all that kind of stuff. So at the top, I've got all my Marines. At the bottom, sorry, in the middle, I've got some Dreadnoughts and more like bigger troops, and at the bottom, I've got my tanks and my flyer and all that kind of jazz. Now, when it comes to this, again, make sure everything's magnetized. At the bottom, you can see I've got my flyer and repulsors. I think you can add easily another repulsor into this. I didn't put my Astraeus in because the Astraeus is too wide, so everything bar the Astraeus is in this, and the actual tray itself can go down another level if I wanted to, you know, to make more space for the middle rack. The middle rack, I've got my Primarchs on there, I've got the Aggressors, I've got the Inceptors. There's a tray coming out now, just easily to slide out. You can see all my Dreadnoughts and stuff, all that kind of easy stuff. You can see how much it slides out. Now, these things on the side, these are the things that lock the trays into place. So once the tray goes fully in, you put them little things in there, and then that stops the trays from sliding out and moving around and stuff like that. Now, at the top, as you can see, these are all my actual Marines. I've got so much space to still add stuff that I even filled it up. And if I wanted to add maybe more shelves on there, I could probably add another shelf in and add another row of like infantry units and stuff like that if I really wanted to. So there's a lot of space if you want to take like a mix of different armies, like big, medium, small, and all that kind of stuff. So again, I've got my tanks, my flyer, I've got the Aggressors, the Dreadnoughts, and the Marines on top, and all that kind of stuff. So it's a really good case, really great case. I definitely am going to be using this to go to Warhammer World and all that. I'm going to be putting in like the front seat of my car, like I stated before, and just strapping it in and just driving. Right, if you hang on, we're going to go to the next case. So BRB. Okay, so this is the next case. This is the Messenger. This is like the medium carry case when it comes to the AK range. You can see at the front, it's got those things on where you can put all like your badges on and all that kind of stuff. It's got 2 kind of straps, one that you can lift, and also like the strap where you can put like round your shoulders and carry it on one of your shoulders and stuff. On the front, it's got like this big massive pouch where you can fit books in there, my books, my Space Marine books, so you can fit all your dice and rulers, whatever you want to go in there, codexes, all that kind of stuff. Now, if we actually open up the actual case itself, again, it's got a 3 tray system, 1, 2, 3, and I think this one really is designed for medium armies. Like, do you know the big one before? That was designed for like knights and all that kind of stuff. But I think this one is designed for like more or less like guard themed and like infantry themed armies, like to put them all on and stuff. So you can fit some tanks and all that on. In the next video when I cut to in a second, I'll actually show off all my tanks and all that kind of stuff on there and everything like that. But I think the height wise on this one, you're not going to be fitting like, well, technically you could fit a knight in, but that means you'll have to take out some of like the middle tray and like move like the top one all the way up and stuff like that to really fit that in. So if you've got like a small kind of knight / Imperial Guard force, yeah, it could work. But if you've got like a lot of infantry, a lot of like medium sized units like dreadnoughts and stuff like that, I think this is the actual case for you. Right, what I'm going to do, I'm going to cut the video and I'll show off my Imperial Guard force inside of this case. Okay, so here is my Imperial Guard force inside the case. I've just got my infantry models to one side at the moment because I just want to show off like the tank loadout with like 2 shelves. So I've got a big Baneblade at the bottom, and I've got the Lehman Russes at the top, the Punishers and stuff like that. You can see that if I had another Lehman Russ, I could easily fit it in. Maybe even a couple more actually on the top shelf as well if I put them in sideways. But the Baneblade here is all the way at the bottom, and you can like put even infantry around that, like heavy weapons units, all that kind of stuff at the top, at the bottom, everything like that. So this is what I mean about it being designed for like, you know, medium to like small kind of forces. So if I try to put this tray in here now, you can see like all my guard and stuff like that. You know, I can fit him in and put him up there if I wanted to, and at the bottom if I wanted to. But if I wanted a fully dedicated shelf, I'd have to remove the Baneblade. The Baneblade has to be thrown out of this case if I want to get it in. So if I just slowly put the case back in, there we go, and you can see like all my models. And I know I haven't got a lot of Imperial Guard models, but hopefully it gives you a little insight into, you know, if you've got like Tempestus Scions or anything like that, you can easily do a huge full shelf of just Tempestus Scions. Even like, you know, all your models, all your infantry models on the middle, and then on the bottom like your heavy weapons and stuff like that. Right, let's move on to the last case, which is the Hermes. So this is the Hermes case. This is the smallest of the A cases carrying range. As you can see, it's got just one handle on top it's just for like just your hands. It's got 2 pouches, one at this side, one at the other side. You can't really fit any codexes in here or anything like that. It's basically, you know, there's no pouches for your books. It's for dice and rulers and all that kind of stuff. So if you are bringing a lot of books, I really wouldn't recommend this case. This case really for me is designed more for small armies, like a lot of infantry armies. So if you've got grots, a lot of Imperial Guard kind of stuff, then this is definitely the case that you're actually going to be going for, because like as I just stated, it's not really going to be carrying a lot of books like the messenger and the actual beast itself. Now if we actually open it up, you can actually see that this one has a two tray system. This is what I mean, like when it actually comes to it, like the way this all goes together, it basically slots in. So this is one of the big things. You don't have to screw anything into this to like get all these cases together. You basically, it's all like push fit and stuff like that. So that's what I'm trying to demonstrate here. So if you see the corner there, it just pushes in, pushes out and stuff. I'm sorry, I didn't really get the best kind of angle at that and stuff like that. So yeah, again, this case is like the very, very small case. If you're actually going to be purchasing this one, then again, it really is for more like the smaller-esque units of your tabletop forces. I have to say that this one is the 2.0 version, because there was another version of this already. So this is actual another version of this case. It's just because it's got like a better sliding method and all that kind of stuff. They've actually improved the design. Like in the old way, in the old day cases, you actually like assemble the case, like get all the metal and bend it into place. Where these ones, it's all just like push fit the slot in and stuff like that. So it is a massive advantage when you actually come to get it. Like the cases themselves, like the big case, the big beast, let's say, that probably took me around 4 minutes to assemble. That's how actually easy it was when I actually came to do this case. So yep, that is it. That is all my A cases first look reviews, whatever you want to call it. Thanks to A case for sending me these out. I really do appreciate it. Thank you very much. Let me know what you think in the comments section below. And yeah, if you need any information, I'll post it all in the description in the comment section. Thanks for watching, and bye bye.